This is Operations Officer Windfall. I'm in Seattle, Washington. I work for the CIA. I worked for the CIA for a number of years now. Anyway, I also sometimes do police work. And sometimes do anti-terrorist work. And sometimes I just report on critical issues that face the United States and help the country stay safe. In that vein, and today is April 5th, 2013, the time is about 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and I'm on Mercer and Fairview in front of the Fairview Research Center, Biomed Realty, and the address on this place is, ironically, 530 something or other. I guess Fairview. I was told last night by Traveler that under no circumstances should you let your guard down if you are in law enforcement, especially over the next 3 days. According to information I received from Traveler, of course, as an unimpeachable source, these terrorists, these unknowns, this what I call the co-op. No, not the co-op. They used to call them something like that. But anyway, they're a coordinated system, a group of, they're like an army of fucking people wanting to do nothing but evil. They actually are evil. I mean, they're actually evil beasts. They really are. It's like in the island of Dr. Moreau, he made beasts into human-like creatures. These are more like beast-like creatures that have come from humans. But, to cut to the chase, and I don't know if I can actually get this on, these people have decided to do like a day X, or X day, in legend, where the Soviet Union had all these sleeper agents ready to pop up and raise hell in the United States and basically cause the collapse of the government. Which, ironically, I can't even go into that. But they will target policemen, they will target law enforcement, they will target governmental officials like, governors, mayors. They will target the president. Always they target the president. Actually, yesterday they tried to bring down his plane when it landed, but fortunately they found a way to counteract that. So he came down safely in Andrews Air Force Base at about 9:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But the thing is, though, I mean, with all this gun violence, which actually doesn't make any sense to say gun violence, all these shootings, these mass murders, and these serial killers, and every other goddamn thing, I'm not surprised to see that they're now reaching out. They're reaching out to touch someone. They're shooting prosecutors, killing prison officials, pretty much killing everybody. Everybody they can touch. So be on your guard, boys and girls. Be on your guard today. Today is Friday. Be on your guard today. Be on your guard tomorrow. And be on your guard Sunday. Sunday! 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 Well, we have football on Sunday, right? No, not really. Football season's over. Unless you have this stray cat kind of football game. Meow! I want a cat. But anyway, this is the thing. Alright, so I'm sorry, but you just have to be careful. Look, these people they will take a sniper rifle, they will take a machine gun, they will take a hand grenade, they will take an improvised explosive, an IED, improvised explosive device. They will set off whatever fucking thing they can do to kill you. They will use toxins, poisons of all imaginable types. They will hurt you, boys and girls. And I want you police, you that thin blue line that keeps society from degenerating into, well, hell, to watch your back. Watch each other's back. And be careful. Sometimes you have these people that unfortunately get turned. get flipped. So you be careful of them. But you don't know who they are because they'll keep it secret. They're very well programmed. There was this program called MK Ultra, began in during World War II. It's a real thing. I mean, I can see evidence of it right now. See? Well, anyway. So, all I can say is, just be careful, boys. Just be very, very careful. What else? The president is doing something in the East Room today. Oh, I see. No, he's getting the daily brief, right? I don't know. Now my horse, of course, is Traveler. I have another horse named General Lee. But anyway, Traveler was very insistent that I speak softly. I'm going to speak softly to you. Speak softly and carry a big stick, because North Korea is very serious about selling a nuclear weapon to someone who would use it against the United States. And then what would happen is, once this nuke goes off in a major American city and kills hundreds of thousands or more people, then North Korea says, we didn't have anything to do with it. It was just rhetoric. We just, we're just being our usual, thump our chest and all this shit, like a big fucking Asian gorilla. So don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. If a nuclear weapon goes off in the United States, it will either A, come from a homegrown source, i.e. a stolen nuke from the U.S. arsenal, which unfortunately has already occurred. They stole a tactical nuclear shell back in the, I think it was the late 60s, after all this turmoil, 68, 69. And Rhodes, the governor of the time in Ohio, who had access to, well, a lot of the inventory records of these nukes that were stored for Army National Guard purposes and Air Force National Guard, Air National Guard, he allowed that nuke to be stolen. It was buried. Where was it buried? It was buried underneath Eisenhower Hall, not strike that, Eisenhower Hall, Ovalwood Hall, on the OSU Mansfield campus. And when they redid the building, they dug that nuke up, and they took it and put it in a place where it was basically tested to see if it was still operational. This man named Milliron runs a junkyard. He's the one that did it. He's the one that did the testing. And they had a design schematic transported to Ohio via this wayward Piper Cub pilot. He dropped it in Missouri, which was then immediately sent to Milliron's facility, which ironically burned down. Anyway, but that nuke was tested. They found out all the kinks they had to find out. They had to figure out if they could make it explode or just use the material inside. And that nuke has still not been detonated yet. But it is there, and it can be used. And there is an enhanced version of that nuke that, unfortunately, I'm going to say this very quietly. Air Force One, ironically, carries a nuclear weapon for their defense. In case of a threat from a nuclear-tipped missile aimed at the plane, this nuke would be shot out as a way to, destroy the oncoming nuke. And it's called an enhanced executive special weapon. I think it's what it's called. Enhanced Executive Special Weapon System. Come on. Anyway, that's what it's called. But unfortunately, for some creepy reason, which I can't actually talk about, back in 2009, when Obama came to support the election of this governor in Massachusetts, he came in, and over the Charles River, they had to jettison this nuke because it had become armed and it was ready to be detonated. And they had to do that because they had to get it away from the plane. They did, in fact, are able to initiate safeguards, but only remotely. They couldn't do it while it was on the plane, for some odd reason. Well, this was craft. This is craft designed by Al Qaeda. So anyway, and then they had this massive air search, and they didn't find it. But I think I did believe. I told the FBI that there was a truck parked next to this one building that was very well lined with lead, with Oklahoma plates, and I think they transported the nuke via that truck. But I think that could have been a red herring, because probably the most likely scenario is that they have these massive tunnels under Boston. This is an old town, and they took the nuke through these very deep tunnels out of the town, out of Boston sufficiently to clear it from the search zone. I helped search for it too. I looked everywhere for it. Looked for signs and signals. But I didn't see it, but anyway, it was stolen. Now that particular nuclear weapon has very significant safeguards, to prevent its unauthorized use. And they have been working feverishly since 2009, October of 2009, to get those controls lifted, to get the launch codes in their possession. And unfortunately, I have to tell you this, there's somebody inside the White House that gave them help. Anyway, somebody who had a black bag. So they had a partial of the codes, but they didn't get the complete code. But I think they probably already have the code, but it's possible that there might be one lingering lock that's not been lifted on the device. But once it's armed, it's able to be armed. This is a neutron bomb. You know what neutron bombs are? They just destroy people. They don't destroy property too much. They have very little. They're kind of like a tame nuke, except of your flesh. So it's a neutron bomb. It still generates an EMP though. But anyway, that's what the Air Force One carries. Basically, a neutron bomb that could be launched from the Air Force One in any direction where they see a threat coming that has a nuclear signature on it. So anyway, that's all I can say. So basically, a recap, we have 3 nukes in play. I believe one was actually used. One was used during Passover last year, the end of Passover. I know because I actually saw it. They were going to do an airburst. You ever hear of Starfish Prime? It was a test of a airburst at night to see what kind of EMP would be rendered. And it was somewhere near Hawaii, and it was a pretty significant thing. So anyway, it would be like that. What it was basically was nighttime. It was around 10 p.m. Into Passover last year, and anyway, our weapons are not insignificant because we have help from a higher source. Yeah. So anyway, but I'm afraid that higher source may be reluctant to act again. So that's all I can say. Yeah. I have really bad cataracts. The VA Medical Center in Seattle is supposed to give me surgery on the 25th at 3 p.m. But I don't know if they'll actually do it. They're sneaky bastards. But anyway, I can't see I can't see the goddamn bus. I don't know what kind of bus that is. It could be it could have been a streetcar. I don't know. That's all I can say. Look at this thing. Anyway, I got too much crap on my phones already, so I gotta shut up and be quiet. Anyway, goodbye and good luck.